it's the season of the witch. I'm a witch, and this is my season. It's probably your season too. I know I'm up early because I wanted to get this done, because I have some pre-recordings that I have to do later on tonight, and I'm super excited about it. This is Truth Talk Ghost Story Edition. Are you ready? Are you ready for ghost stories? Yes, you are. And I don't think I can have this light in my face this whole entire time. I'm going to start with Edgefield. So some of you guys know from our other channel, The Pirate and I. If you don't know, go on over there and subscribe because you're going to want to go see some of these fun things. But anyhow, Bear and I go all over the place. And in the time of COVID, we weren't able to like travel like proper with our passports. So good morning, Woony Witch. So we found this what do you call it? Luna, can you please just stop? My dog. She knows as soon as I'm on this video, she's got to act up. Lay down. Thank you. All right, so Bear and I traveled around to these McMenamins properties. We had found it. I had found it in because it was close to a training that I needed to take for work, and like cool and interesting hotels to stay at, while you're traveling for business. So while I was doing some QuickBook training and some certification, we stayed at a property at McMenamins, and we ended up loving the McMenamins brand. They have like, I don't know, 63, 67 different properties all through the Pacific Northwest. So all the way down to Roseburg, Oregon, over to Bend, Oregon, where the last Blockbuster is, and then all the way up to Washington, up here by Mill Creek. So that would be directly across the water from us. We go to Mill Creek occasionally, but we really go to Anderson School. That's our place. That's our place. Anyhow, I digress. Anywho, so Bear and I had gone to Edgefield. Edgefield is like McMenamin's Mecca. It is 73 acres. Is that right? Yes. 73 acres of farmland, and it was built in 1911. And I had to take notes because I wanted to get my facts straight before anything else. So we go to Edgefield. Edgefield is a gorgeous property. It has a winery, it has a brewery, it has a distillery. There is a golf course. There is a huge spa. There's this soaking pool, saltwater soaking pool. There is four different buildings. They do concerts there. They just did Modest Mouse and Bare Naked Ladies out on the lawn. These concerts they've done Grateful Dead. They've done Ringo Starr, Sheryl Crow. I mean, say it, and they're just people have been there to do their concerts. It's a fabulous place. For 7 decades, we say that it was built in 1911. For 7 decades, it ran as what they called the county poor farm, where they would take people that were in trouble. There's a prison. There's a prison right next to the property, and on the property, the McMenamins brothers own this prison, and they're going to turn it into, right now it's storage, and I can't even get close to it because I get close and I'm just like, oh, I don't like this energy. Anywho, they're going to turn that prison into extra rooms to stay in. So if you are like down there to like have these experiences, this is the place, man. Edgefield is located in Troutsdale, Oregon, which is just 20 minutes from downtown Portland. It's on the Columbia, so it's got that, energy to it. Columbia is comes right through from the Pacific Ocean as well. So for 7 decades, it ran as this poor farm. So anybody who was in trouble at the prison, anybody who was poor and destitute in the times of Great Depression, there were several people that came to the farm to live, and they would work so that they could stay there and get food. And that was a thing. And from 1940 to 1982, it still ran as a farm, but they also took in the elderly and also had it as a rehabilitation center for the elderly and those that were, just destitute. So Yeah, so all the way up until 1982. The McMenamins brothers took it over in 1990. From 1982 to 1990, it was basically an abandoned place. All that energy just, concentrated up in there. It was crazy. There were plenty of vandals that came through. There was graffiti everywhere. Kids, bored kids broke the pipes. There was flooding all over. One of the buildings was completely destroyed. They had to level it. It it just really went through it. The McMenamins brothers, Mike and Brian, took over the property and they started to rebuild it. And they rebuilt it. There's beautiful murals everywhere. I've got a whole tour of Edgefield property on my other channel, The Pirate and I. You got to go check it out. It's actually two videos because the place is so damn big. Let's get to the ghosts. So Bear and I get there and we're like, ooh, we want to have the winery experience. We're passport members. The McMenamins brothers were very smart in their marketing and they have these cute little passports. So you pay $35 for the passport. You get stamps along the way, and then if you finish the passport, you get all this free stuff. You get free food along the way. You get free gift certificates on the way, or gift cards. As you do four experiences for every four experiences that they have out there, and they probably have like, I don't know, 20 to 30 different experiences. For every four experiences, you get a $20 gift card. Plus, you get free food for all the stamps for each location and all this other stuff. So it's like it pays for itself. I'm very excited about that. I'm very excited about that. I talk about that a lot because in the time of COVID, when you cannot travel, it feels like I'm going places and doing things. So, this is September of last year. It was my birthday weekend, and we go check out this property. Everybody's like, "Got to go to Edgefield. It's McMenamin's Mecca. You got to go." They also have a movie theater there. They have a really amazing restaurant called the Black Rabbit Restaurant. Amazing. So good. It's pricey. I'm not going to say that it's like cheap, cheap because it's not. It's pricey, but you got to plan for it. And there's ways to like, share a couple meals, have a couple drinks. It's great. Fantastic. In fact, there's probably going to be a witchy meet and greet at this location sometime in the future. It's probably going to happen. Okay, back to the story. We're there for my birthday weekend and we're like, got to do something. Let's go. So we go. And I'm like, we want the winery experience. They're like, oh my gosh, we have rooms right above the winery tasting room and you're gonna love it. And we're like, oh, awesome. We don't know what we're getting into. So we get there, we roll up and we're like, where the heck is our room? We got to go to like several different buildings. We're all over the place. And they sent us to one room, but it wasn't the right room because it didn't have a shower for Bear, because he has a prosthetic leg, so he needs special stuff. And so they move us to this other room. Here's where it goes awry. Here's where it goes awry. You open up the door, and this room was dedicated to its previous owner from the times when they were doing the convalescence, the retirement, and the rehabilitation. There was a gentleman by the name of Albert, and I can't remember his last name, but who was a paraplegic, and so he stayed in his room, and people would write him letters, and so there's on the walls there's beautiful murals of letters, coming all over the walls, kind of like Harry Potter getting his Hogwarts letter, right? And then there's a picture of Albert, in his bed smiling. And then there's, like it's just a big open room. You walk in, and to your left, there is like an armoire. And I'm not talking about like a really pretty armoire. I'm talking about the Conjuring armoire. Yeah, to the left. Then bed straight ahead. You've got, I think, like a little table or something like over here, to the right, and then bed, and then you go a little further into the room, past the bed, and there is a big bathroom, big open bathroom for roll-in accessibility and all that other stuff. And now my dog is going to chew up her toy because I'm not paying attention to her. Luna, There's going to be white fluff all over. That's what's going to happen. So we walk in, we put our stuff down, and then we start like running around like crazy madness because we're like, yay, so much stuff to see and do. It's like Disneyland for adults. Yeah. So we're like loving it, living it, and going and checking out all the stuff. We're like, we need a map. We need the stuff. Where do we check in here? Where is this bar? Where is that bar? They have all these bars all over the place in like little cubby holes. Sometimes in their places, in their properties, they have hidden halls. In these hidden halls, there's actually a hidden bar in there. Like there's hidden restaurants, there's hidden rooms with all black light. Like it's crazy. You like push on a wall, and then suddenly you're in a mushroom blacklit forest. You're like living your best deadhead life. I mean, it's great. Okay, so we're running around having a good time. We end up having dinner, and then people start talking to us about various stuff. They're like, "Oh, where are you guys staying? Oh, you're over there above the winery. Yeah, that used to be the winery used to be the morgue. It used to be the morgue." The winery. The winery tasting room where my room sits above. I'm like, you mean what? I'm like, huh? I'm looking at Barrett. I'm like I didn't pack my oils. I'm like, I was a witch unprepared. So I was a witch unprepared. I hadn't packed any of my stuff. I usually pack my Ghost Be Gone spray, my which is like a Palo Santo frankincense situation. I pack my frankincense oil or my what do you uh, oh, I can't think of it, the name of it. It just brain farted. But I've got my oils. It was stuff that I got my oils, I got my stuff, and then I usually have my jewelry that is set for protection and blocking. I didn't have any of this stuff with me because it was a whim. Let's go. And so here we go. So we have a wonderful time all around the property. It is freaking great. The only thing I'm going to say about McMiniman's properties is that some of the older hotels, they have like really hard beds. So if you need a bedroll, bring it because you because these hips don't lie. And I'm getting older. I'm getting older and I need a little cushion. I need a little cushion for my cushion in my hips. So that's the only dang negative about McMiniman's properties is that somebody likes a firm mattress. And I need to talk to this person. I need to find them and be like, look, looky here. You should at least have bedrolls and available for rent because we can't do this. We go back to the room. We're just like exhausted and we're a little tipsy. So because there's bars everywhere. Bear gets in the shower, he lays down, he's resting, and then he is like sawing logs, having a good old snore. I am in the bed and just scrolling through stuff, checking on stuff. I'm editing a video. Of course I am. I'm editing a video. I do all my editing on my phone through an app called KindMaster. I'm saying that because people have asked me what I use. I use Legend for my intro or outro, and I use KindMaster for my editing, just through my video clips right on my phone. So that way I can edit it, do the transitions, do all the things, and then upload it. And then I can delete the videos so it doesn't take up room on my camera or on my phone. That's what I do. So here I am in bed editing a video. All of a sudden, well, wait, no, I'm starting to get a little tired. Starting to get a little tired. Put the phone down, plug it in the bedside, and all that. I lay down and I'm a little cold. So I scoot over towards the middle of the bed, towards Bear just to get some warmth because he's like a little heater. Not a little heater, he's a big heater. He's a big heater. And I was a little chilly. So I'm like, okay, scoot towards the middle of the bed. And so my side of the bed is empty. Here's where it gets weirder. So all of a sudden, I hear, I'm half asleep and I hear the door to the room kind of like the handle go a little bit, but I'm like, no. I'm like, okay, it went away. So I'm like, maybe somebody just thought that it was their room and they were coming in because I did hear walking around in the hall. So I'm like, okay, no big deal. Somebody just thought it was their room and it's not their room. Get a little cup of coffee. Let me get a little drink. So then the armoire opens I, what the fuck? The armoire like creaks open a little bit and then it suddenly shuts. And I'm like, okay, all right, we got ghosty situation happening. We got ghosty situation happening. And I start going into my what I call witch survival mode. I'm like, okay, ancestors, come, like spirit guide, protection, all these things. I'm doing whatever I can because I am without all of my oils, all of my things. So I'm like, what do I got to do? I got to bubble my energy. I got to do something. So then you hear walking you hear walking, and I can't quite place it, but I believe it's going towards the bathroom. The bathroom um, creaks. The bathroom door was ajar because I usually leave the bathroom light in a place that I don't know, like in a hotel to stay, so I can find the bathroom in the middle of the night if I need to pee. So I leave the door just ajar just a little bit, and and I leave the light on. So the door creaks open a little bit, and then it shuts. I'm like, okay. And so I'm in pitch black at this moment because now I have no night light. Then the door swings open, hits the wall, and like bumps against the wall. Bear is snoring logs. I'm like this. Beep, beep, get up, get up. There's a ghost in this room. Like, what in the world is going on? That kind of thing. So it slams open, and then I hear wheelchair creaking. Old wheelchair creaking, like creak, creak, creak. And that's the only thing I can equate it to, because all of a sudden there's no more walking. I'm feeling that there's two ghosts at this point, two ghosts there, or there's just residual energy that's happening all around me. And I'm like, it just happened to be the hour that it all came out. It was crazy. So I am like in the bed, literally like this. Like this, like, what is happening? I am cuddled up to Bear, and then something sits on the bed, and then it lays down. There's a depression in the bed right there that goes down, and this ghost of whatever it is like expecting me to spoon it. I am sitting here or laying here in this bed with this. I am literally a sandwich. I am the middle of a sandwich. I've got Mr. Snorefest to the right of me, and I've got Ghost laying down in front of me. And I'm like, well, sweet dreams then. I guess we're going to get some shut eye. Like, I don't know what's going to happen. This happened. I couldn't sleep. I just stayed awake. I just stayed awake. This is about 4 o'clock in the morning, which is interesting because I seem to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, between 4 and 6 every morning. Anyhow, I just am up. I'm up and doing things. I might as well get some stuff done, right? Instead of laying there. So I don't go back to sleep. I was exhausted the very next day, but I'm like, I'm on vacation. It is what it is. Nothing else happened. That trip. And I say that trip because I've been back to Edgefield. Let's see, twice. No, yeah, no, we're going back there again here soon. um Jesus. I've seen ghosts dancing or skipping. I believe it's skipping out on the top balcony from our other room where we're looking, and our view is up towards the balcony, and I saw a ghost, dancing around. And that one was intelligent because it saw me watching it and like turned and looked at me and then just sort of dissipated, like poof of smoke. Crazy. That is Edgefield. That's McMiniman's Edgefield property. That is my story for today. I hope that you enjoyed it. And we've got a bunch of stuff happening this October. Tomorrow, I will be on with no other than Miss Chris Ashburn is come on, and we are going to go on 3 p.m. live here on my channel. And I've got some pre-recorded stuff that's going to be happening as well. We're going to go Chris Ashburn. The lineup is at this moment in time, at least for this week, Let's see. We've got Chris Ashburn tomorrow, Saturday. We have my friend Eric Booth. He is our tattoo artist. You've seen him several times before. He lives in New Orleans. I'm sure he's got some good stuff. Bear is going to talk about our old haunted house that we used to live in, called the Fulton House. And this is going to be a three-part series because he has his experience, I have my experience, and I have convinced all three of my kids to come on and talk about their experience and stuff that happened in their room. So that's going to be a three-part talk. Then we're going to have Sir Noah Tempestari on Tuesday. We have a Little Cosmic Crow on Wednesday. And then Amber, our youngest, is going to talk about our experience on the Queen Mary. Oh my God. The Queen Mary was crazy. And then my Aunt Dawn, who lives in the Portland area, is also going to come on as well next Friday. And then Saturday, the 9th, we have Jenny Love at 9 a.m. It's going to be an early one, but she's East Coast. So, yeah. So, that is basically your first week of what's going on for Truth Talk Ghost Stories Edition. I hope you'll join me. I do have some spots still available towards the end of October. If there's anybody who has maybe a second ghost story that already signed up for one of these spots and you want to come back and say it, you're welcome to do so. These are just quick little 15-minute 30-minute clips to tell your ghost story, and then we're off. I don't need to take your whole day. Love you guys. I hope you enjoyed your ghost story. Happy October. Have a good one, you guys.